all of our volunteers and longtime supporters for joining us. We're really excited to unveil the art that we have been so fortunate to have grace our walls. I'm going to introduce our co-founders and then they'll take us through. Oh, sorry, I'm Lauren Slayton. I'm the operations manager here at the Dancing Cat. And I'm joined by Ann Chasson and Mary Rubin, who are our co-founders. And again, thank you for joining us today. We're really excited to have you here.
Thank you all for coming. I'll try and speak over the traffic noise, or in between traffic noises. I'm Ann Chasson. I'm the president and co-founder of the Dancing Cat. We're a nonprofit cat rescue organization, and we have a dual mission to provide a way for adult cats to find wonderful homes that we rescue from the San Jose Animal Care Center, and also to create a community of cat lovers. And that's, I hope, why you're here, because you love cats or you want to know more about cats. When Mary and I co-founded the Dancing Cat in 2015, we intended to be a 6-week pop-up event featuring adult cats for adoption in the midst of what we call kitten season here in San Jose, which is a time when kittens are born out on the streets, the population explodes. We wanted to focus on adult cats. Kittens can be adopted fairly easily. Adult cats sometimes have a harder time finding homes. So here we are, nearly 7 years later. During the past 7 years, we've built our organization around community. When I say community, what I mean is our community of wonderful cats, of place here at 15th and Julian, in the Julian St. James neighborhood, which some of you are part of, and a community of people who love cats, and a community of local businesses. We're approaching 1,000 cats adopted in this past almost 7 years. Very happy. We welcome some of our neighbors. If you're in the neighborhood, raise your hand. Robert, Gina, you recognize.
I saw Robert. He was watching the traffic, wasn't he? Robert?
Oh, there's Robert. Yeah, our next door neighbor. Very happy to be here, part of this neighborhood. And I also want to acknowledge some of the neighborhood businesses who support us, including Academic Coffee, who provided the coffee for us. ArcVet down the street, a veterinary care practice that we use very, very often. Casa Becky, who's been supportive since 2015. And Maria, the owner, adopted one of our cats. And Rainbow Laundry, which is a very important part of our, work, which you might not know. So today we are celebrating public art. I'm sure you're all here to see the mural that Roan Victor and her team created for us, and we're just thrilled about it. In the short time it's been here, the mural has made the neighborhood safer because the traffic slows down to look at how beautiful it is rather than blasting through this intersection. So we're very happy about that, and it's a beautiful addition to the neighborhood. When we view a work of art, one of the questions we may ask about the art is, who are these people? Who do they represent? We know the cat, Becky, represents Roan's cat, Becky. And the person, I think, represents the community. They represent all of us. The volunteers, the staff, the fosters, the adopters, and the entire community, including you who are here. And I'm very proud to be part of this community. Next, I'd like to introduce Kelly Klein. She's the Chief Economic Development and Land Use Officer from the Mayor's Office. We're very happy to have you here, and I'd like you to give a few remarks. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, hello everyone, and wanted to say welcome and congratulations on behalf of Mayor Sam Liccardo, who lives just 2 blocks that way, so I'm sure whatever event that he's at, he would probably rather be at this one because it's so close to home. But I guess I wanted to start by saying Nothing about the last year and a half has been normal, as we all know. And so first, I really think we kind of need a debt of gratitude to our small organizations and businesses, including our artist community. So Roan and Laura and Anne and Mary, congratulations, we made it, I think. So that's no small feat in the midst of a pandemic. So first, I think one of the things we all have realized in the last year and a half is how important our neighborhood-oriented businesses are. So thank you all for being part of this fabric. I think the other thing that we learned was incredibly important is our pets. I think we all maybe would not have survived as well as we did without that connection to our pets. And I think what this mural symbolizes for us, and the mayor's talked a lot about this, is community connection. And I know that when people are slowing down, as you've said, and the reason why is that they're seeing something beautiful and it's touching something inside of them, and they're feeling even more connected to this community than they maybe already are. So for kids who are going to school and for everyone who's going to wherever they're going in life, like this is really creating that real sense of connection between the neighborhood and the community. So we really are grateful for the investment that you've made. I was thinking a little bit about I work a lot in the real estate world, and when a new business or organization comes into a space like this, there's always a lot of investment that goes into the TIs, which is the tenant improvements. You paint, you bring in furniture, you make the space your own. But what this mural really represents is what I call NIs, or neighborhood improvements, and a neighborhood investment. And so that's really taking it one step further from what's actually inside to now bringing your sense of community outside to share with everybody else in the neighborhood, even to the passerby, even to the dog lovers. So I think it's wonderful. I think we would all agree that this is amazing. Maybe the one opinion that we don't really have is the cats. Like, what do they think of this? But I think if we could ask them and they could tell us, they would say that it's perfect. Okay. So, and on that bad pun, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague because he can go nowhere but up. This is David Hytran from Councilmember Perales' office, and his adorable son.
Hi, everyone. So again, I'm David. This is my intern, Charlie. And I am with the office of Councilmember Raul Perales, who is your council representative. I've actually been with his office for almost 7 years. So I was actually with him, with his office when the Dancing Cat first opened. And I recall before y'all moved in, how just, horrific this place was. And you guys came in and really just made this corner so beautiful. And now you've taken it a step further and bringing in a local artist such as Roan to beautify this wall. And now every day when I'm driving my kids to school, to Charlie, to Horace Mann, as I'm driving, when I hear the kids going meow, meow, meow in the back seat, it tells me that I'm about 5 minutes away from getting there. So, but I really want to thank you for just the investment, the contribution, the dedication, and just being really just being great neighbors to our community here. And the council member apologized that he couldn't be here, but he sends his congratulations to you all for 7 years of success, to Roan for such a beautiful mural, and to the community for just coming together and bringing this asset that has made this place such a wonderful and unique place. So thank you. Oh, sorry. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Mary, one of the co-founders.
I was just taking a moment to breathe this in. Like, I'm just so touched that there are so many people here. We're like, we'll just get a few people. But I just think maybe look around and recognize how significant it is that we all came together around cats. How many people have cats? How many people want to have cats? Okay, so I do wear two hats. I wear the co-founder of the Dancing Cat hat, and I also wear my public art hat. I work for the city as my day job, doing public art in the city. And when we started this project, we started the Dancing Cat. It was a project in 2015, and now it's a community place and a full-blown business and nonprofit. But when it was a month-long project, one of the things we discussed is that it needs to be creative. And trying we knew we wanted to commission some art. We had some really ugly kind of old liquor store refrigerators in the space. How many of you actually remember that?
And you were very creative with them.
And we said we need to find an artist to help us attend to those. And I really knew we wanted a local artist. We knew we wanted to commission somebody or somebodies. We didn't really know where to turn, so we called Empire 7 and said to Empire 7, send to Juan Carlos, like, who do you know that can help us with this? Juan Carlos. And he said, I'll think about it and get back to you. And he called back and he said, call Roan Victor, call Sean Boyles, talk to them, see if they're interested. And lo and behold, they were interested. They did some amazing artwork that was basically just infilling the refrigerators, but it was so cool that when we closed at the end of 2015 for a few months, we thought about auctioning them off. That's what Roan suggested at one point. And I was like, nope, I'm not letting go of these. They're so cool. And fortunately we didn't, because when we came back, when we rose from the ashes, we had Roan and Sean reframe them, and they're inside, and they're pretty fantastic. And Roan has been this foundational member of our community from 2015 on. She teaches classes here. She couldn't be more generous. And there's part of the identity of the Dancing Cat is really the creativity that Roan and Sean have brought to us, and that Roan continues to spread with every class she teaches here. I just can't tell you how significant that is. And then when we thought about a mural, and I have to say that was really I should have thought of it, but it really came from Lauren. We couldn't think of anybody else we wanted to do this mural. Fortunately, she said yes, and it was a big delay between the yes and the manifestation of the yes. But we're really, really excited to share this moment with you. And I know, Roan, you're not a lover of public speaking, but I think we agreed that you'd come up and say a few words. Roan.
I'm not very good at public speaking, even though I teach workshops. It's funny because when Mary said for Carlos to contact me and Sean about cat art, it's because Carlos knows that Sean and I are like crazy cat people. we usually have like 7 cats at a time. Indoors, 7 outdoors, it's like crazy. But I really love that there is this place where people can live with cats, even like people who can't have cats because maybe they live in apartments that don't let them have cats, but they can come here and like just like get some cat attention or cat. So I think that's really cool, and also I think it's cool that maybe cats also get to like kind of observe like a potential human, you know, they kind of like walk around and see it and pick their own humans, kind of like vice versa, and like a better paired human and cat can be together. So I'm very honored to paint the mural for the Dancing Cat. I'd like to thank several women that helped me paint this mural, because it's huge and I did not have a lot of time to paint it. But Ruthie was a big part of the mural painting, pretty much did most of the blanket. Irene
Christine also helped me out. Alyssa Ray, my high school students, Maddie, Rista, and Iris. They're awesome artists, and I'm so glad that I was able to work with them painting this mural.
So before we cut the ribbon, we have a surprise for you. And presenting that surprise is the Vice President of our board, Roan Victor. So I'm going to step aside for a moment.
So I'm, as Mary says, I'm Roan Victor. I'm Vice President of the board of the Dancing Cat.
Speak up.
I've been here from the very beginning. I've built some of the shelves that are in there. My role as Vice President is pretty small, but I've also vaccinated hundreds of cats in the process. We're here today to celebrate your mural, to celebrate the community we live in. And I wanted to extend what Kelly said about this being the end of the COVID period. We hope, certainly we feel a lot better than we did a year ago. And I felt, looking at the mural, that the woman behind the cat, behind Becky, is representative of all of us. That she appears to me to be a woman who has come home from a hard day. And we've had a hard year and a half. And I think the mural coming at this moment is really perfect. It tells us that there are good days ahead, and I'm glad to be part of them. I too am proud to be part of the Dancing Cat. And Roan, we have for you a gift, which I hope you'll enjoy. We thought about it long and hard, and I think you will. I thank you very much. What's that?
It also extends to Sean.
Well, I assumed that, but yes, it's definitely for Sean too.
Okay, Laura.
So great. Well, thank you everybody again for joining us. This has been a wonderful experience to have all of you celebrating and hearing from our community members. If we can shift back that way towards the mural, we're going to do the ribbon cutting. And then afterwards, I invite you to please enjoy coffee and tea at the one end and to safely cross the street to enjoy Becky, because she looks better from across the street. Alright, okay.
Cookie if you want.
Alright. Everyone's kind of shifted down for the most part. Okay. Again, thank you everybody. We're going to remember October 23rd, 2021 forever in this neighborhood, at the Dancing Cat, in this building. This is going to live in the neighborhood forever and ever, and we're so honored to have Roan here to cut the ribbon and unveil officially, even though she's been up for a month, Becky the Beast. Do the honors, please, Roan. Okay, here we go. Woo! Thank you. And again, thank you everybody. Please hang around, and we'd love to chat with everyone. And again, help yourself to coffee and tea, and enjoy the view from across the street as well. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wait, did you stop? Does it allow us to save it?
Oh, thank you.